Hi everyone, so I have a story for you guys to tell today. I did have a few on the list, but I'm gonna give you the short one today. Don't mind the mess over here. Okay, so I was in one of my morning classes and I was sitting on the second row from the back because I don't really like the front. Well, who likes front? Well, anyway, so I got there before anybody else. I'm sitting there, and this girl walks in, and she sits right next to me. So we're casually talking, like, "Hi, how are you doing? How many credits are you taking?" Those general stuff. So a few weeks go by, and she was like one of those girls that you just kind of talk to in class. Like, we don't hang out outside the class or anything, but we just talk because she's sitting right next to me, type of deal. So as the semester goes, she starts missing class, like, randomly. She would probably miss, as the I can count, probably 5 days. And I'm pretty sure in that class you could only miss 3 before the letter grade drops. So I'm over here thinking, oh my, well, maybe she's getting really sick, and she would ask me to take notes for her and send it to her, which was not a problem because I type my notes anyway. So I was like, yeah, sure. So I came in one day and I was like, hey, how are you feeling? I haven't seen you in like 2 days. How's it going? She goes, oh, it's been pretty bad. Well, that's kind of like attention catcher, like, oh, why is it bad? And I'm a nosy person. So I was like, oh, why is it bad? Who wouldn't ask? That's like attention grabber. I caught my attention and they grabbed my attention, so I'm gonna ask. So I asked her and I was like, why? What's going on? She's like, you know how I've been missing classes? I was like, yeah, I noticed. Yeah, wink, wink, hint, hint. Yes, tell me more about it. Thinking over here, like, she had like something interesting story. I don't know what would be interesting. I just thought it was something would be interesting. So I was like, yeah, what's going on? So before the story started, probably 2 weeks prior, she was telling me about her boyfriend that she had, that, he goes to school here, but they back at home they only live like 2 cities away or whatever. Anyway, not really that important. That they've been dating for like a month or two. I was like, okay, that's cool, that's nice. Like at least you guys get to hang out all the time. Like me and my boyfriend, we can't hang out often, so I admire whatever. Those casual conversation. So that day that she walks in, that grabbed my attention of why she is missing classes. I was like, yeah, what's going on? She goes, just casual, just what is going on, whatever. She goes, yeah, I had an abortion this morning. What? She's like, yeah, I had to get an abortion this morning. Okay, well, first of all, how is that even something to bring up in class? Like, you don't even know me. In front of everybody. Yeah, I just had to get an abortion. Like, I'm pretty sure I wasn't the only one, if I was listening to the story or what she was saying, that like turned their heads. Like, I turned my head 360 and she sits right next to me. I was like, what? Like, I was like a devil up in this bed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, okay, I think I heard it right, but I'm not sure. So I was like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear about that. Now, I wasn't being like a bitch sarcastic way. I was legitimately like, oh my goodness, like, I'm telling the story now, so it kind of changes my tone of voice. Oh, what? That was weird. But so I asked her casually, whatever, like, so what happened? She was telling me, this was right before Christmas, so she was like, yeah, my boyfriend and I broke up. Okay, so at this point, they are broken up. Like, I didn't even know that they broke up, right? And I was like, oh, why? What happened? She's like, well, the day after I found out I got pregnant, he dumped me. Ah! Stop the train, Missy. First of all, if a man leaves you after you get pregnant with his baby, red flag, bitch. Like, red flag, bitch. So I'm over here already kind of getting heated. The man, like, I hate the fact that guys, like, gets girl pregnant and leave and type of shit, I mean, that's obviously not any girl's gonna like that unless you wanna, anyway. So I was like, okay, that's weird, that's kinda odd. She's like, yeah, but we've been in contact. At this point, that frog sipping fucking tea, like, oh, I guess it's none of my business, but I was like, okay. And she continues on and says, yeah, well, him and I were going to tell our family on Christmas, after we know for sure that it's been 3 months and I'm going to have a baby. And I was like, Oh, but then a second ago, you just told me they weren't together. Okay, well, whatever. Like, I am a judgeful person and I'm totally judging you, but I'm not going to have this conversation right before class starts in front of like 25 students. I was like, okay, alright. And so she continues on, like, this morning I woke up, didn't ask her, I did not ask her, I did not really care how, I did not care how, and they just started talking. So this morning I was sleeping and I had a really bad cramps and I had blood everywhere and I thought it was my period. And I'm thinking to my head, but you just told me you were pregnant, so how are you having a period? But whatever. So she had to go to the hospital, suck that baby out. According to her, they sucked her baby out. Okay, like, I'm at this point, I'm already like taken back, like, wow, like this girl will literally tell me anything and everything. And remind you that I have only known her in this class. Not once have I talked to her other than this class. So then I continue on saying, like, okay, so I'm assuming your boyfriend was okay with telling your family or whatever. And I was like, did you inform him of what happened this morning? Like, I'm thinking in my head, like, I don't know the situation. I don't know. I was just, I guess, trying to make conversation. She's like, yeah, I told him. And I was like, so how is he handling? He's like, he was actually doing better than I thought. Seriously? Like, seriously? First of all, that already tells you that he didn't want a kid. I'm pretty sure he did. No, he did not want a kid. Obviously, that's the reason why he left your ass. And then now you over here got him pregnant. He's probably... For all we know, he could be sipping some of the drugs on the water you were drinking, girl. Like, come on now. But anyway, so, class started or whatever. And I'm, like, over here thinking, like, I don't know if you informed teacher about this. Like, this is something serious. I'm pretty sure she would give you, like excuse absence at, whatever. She's like, well, I don't know. I mean, my professor was a bit huge. But, I'm thinking, that's reasonable. I mean, I got abortion this morning, like, like, no, what? What? Why? What? I don't know. Well, I don't know what her story is. Maybe she doesn't have friends, so she decided she wanted to tell me, but that is not something I wanted to hear from the morning. That from a girl who I don't even know, like, it was so weird. So weird. Ugh. Well, anyway, thank you for listening. I'm pretty sure I have a lot more crazy stories. I do have a lot of lists I could go through. But, this one was kind of short, kind of get it going, because I had to delete the other page because I don't know, I couldn't log in after a while. I mean, it's not like anything interesting was on there anyway, but thank you for watching.